There aren't a lot of cruising boats on the market with a bed like this, or this, for less than 60 grand. So what's the catch? You might ask. Well, surely it doesn't come with a Yanmar, but it does. It has a tiller for steering, right? No. Furling main? Yes. Nice saloon for your family to dine in? Absolutely. Then why is this boat so cheap? Now, before you get mad, yes, this is a Hunter. It's not an island packet or a Halberg Razzie. It's not a full keel catch-rigged battleship for the North Atlantic. It's a small, sensible, cheap as chips cruising boat meant to get you out sailing on a boat your spouse might actually sleep on. And we're talking about the 2004 version of Hunter's 33-footer. There's an older one and a newer one, but the one in this picture is the financial sweet spot right now and might just be the most boat you can buy in this category. Let's call it boats your spouse might actually sleep on for less than 60 grand. This is the 33. This is an in-house design by Glenn Henderson over at Hunter with an LOA of 33.5 feet, beam of 11.5, and draft of 4.5, weighing in at 11,000 pounds. Now, the 33 feet may sound small, but for single-handed or lake sailing, it makes a lot of sense. It's cheaper to own and operate, and while being small enough to still be sensible, it's packing a lot of punch on the inside. But first, this boat's got Hunter's stainless steel arch over the cockpit, so no traveler or main sheet to trip over. It also supports the bimini, or the enclosure if you want one, and is a great place to put solar panels. This boat gets an in-mast furling for the main, so it'll be very easy to single-hand sail as you roll out both sails. Roll them in to reef them, or roll them in all the way to get rid of them. The rig is the B&R with no backstay and the swept-back spreaders, and that'll take you a little getting used to, but once you have the hang of owning it, you'll be fine. Sail area displacement is a fairly healthy 17.58 with a hull speed of about 7.5. As a small RV-like boat, don't expect ocean crossing pedigree here with a CSF of 2.07, which suggests that if you're going out on the ocean, you have to watch the forecast closely. This design is not meant to be battling 15-foot waves in a northerly on the Gulf Stream. It's meant for beer can racing and rafting off at the swim hole. Reviewers and owners report the 33 sails very respectably for a cruiser. It's responsive, able to maintain good speeds in moderate condition, and handles chop pretty well. Expect a comfortable cruiser pace rather than racing performance. The B&R rig gives a powerful mainsail, but the common factory option of in-mast furling reduces mainsail efficiency compared with a full roach-battened mainsail. Owners also note that the boat can feel a bit tender initially until you put a reef in, common for beamier modern hulls. Let's head inside. You step down the companionway of the 2004 Hunter 33 and the first thing that hits you is, wait a second, is this really only 33 feet? Because the space feels way bigger than the numbers suggest. That's Hunter's trick here. They carried the beam all the way aft so you don't get all that skinny, pinched off feeling you find in older designs. Instead, it feels bright and open and just a little bit luxurious for a small cruiser. Let's start with the saloon. Off to one side you get a proper U-shaped galley, not one of those token strips of countertop with a sink. This is actual cooking space with room to chop and prepare and even wedge yourself in when the boat's heeling. Plenty of storage, a gimbaled stove, and a fridge that doesn't require a yoga class to reach into. It's built for real life use, not just for making coffee. Then there's their dinette. Picture a wraparound booth at your favorite diner, except you're floating on the sea. It's spacious, it's comfy, and yes, it drops down to make another berth when you inevitably invite too many friends aboard for sundowners. Now let's talk about those cabins. Forward you get a V-berth that's actually comfortable enough for 2 adults. No pointy-foot prison cell here. But the real showstopper is the one in the back. Tucked under the cockpit is an athwartship double berth that feels like something stolen from a 40-footer. Seriously, it's wide, it's private, and it's exactly the place you want to crash after a long sail. And the head, it's not just some tiny fiberglass closet. You get standing headroom, decent elbow room, and even a proper shower setup. It's not glamorous, but way better than the usual hold the hose and hope for the best that you get on smaller boats, and this is still just a 33-footer. The whole vibe of the interior is light, airy, and modern. Big windows, plenty of hatches, and a layout that makes it feel like a much bigger boat. That's really what people love most about this boat. It's easy to sail like a 33-footer, but when you step below, it lives like a 36 or a 38. Couples get privacy, families get real sleeping space, and nobody has to feel cramped. So yeah, the Hunter 33 may not win races around the buoys, but if you're after comfort and livability and that this feels bigger than it should factor, this interior is really hard to beat. The number one complaint about these boats we found in owners groups and forums was about water intrusion into the deck openings. Any hardware holes in the deck should be inspected, sounded for wet core, and in particular the chain plates. More than one boat has taken water slowly into the chain plate openings to damage the core of the boat. This can be mitigated by resealing openings at regular intervals and inspecting things, but you'll have to check the boat you're looking at to see how well kept it was. The mast always comes up in reviews because the no backstay B&R rig with the swept back spreaders. You have to be careful on the downwind to not pay the main out all the way or it'll rub on the shrouds. And because of the furling main, performance has decreased a lot over a standard slab reef. Another big complaint is the standard two-blade prop, giving a lot of walk in reverse, making this boat hard to predict when you're backing into a tight spot. Most owners have already upgraded the prop to solve this problem, so see what prop the boat you're looking at has and possibly budget for an upgrade if it needs one. The two of these boats on Yacht World right now are right around the 60 grand mark, and honestly, it's a lot of boat for the money. To want to own this boat, you'd have to put a premium on comfort and livability, more so than racing around the marks and performance or ocean big wave capability. This boat isn't a slouch or bad in big water, but it's made of compromises in performance and capability to be what it is, which is an excellent lake cruiser and a weekender for a family to enjoy. The newer version of this boat, often called the E33, debuted in 2011 using the same hull and the same rig with a few more comfort add-ons. So if you're interested in the one we talked about today, but you want to get to know its younger sister, you should check out this article we did on the website. I'll leave a link in the description for you. If you like sailboat videos, please give this one a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so that I can see you again next time.